In the last class, we have covered about how to create custom list in SharePoint and how to create custom columns. That's nothing but we have created a list level columns in custom list. So from here, we'll understand how to enable the referential integrity and projected fields in the list. So, and referential integrity it will be typically applicable for a lookup columns. So we already have one lookup column in trainers. So let's get back to the trainers list. From the trainers list, we have an lookup column information. So whereas subscriber name is an lookup information from the registration list. So how it's going to establish this referential integrity? What is this? So now let us understand clearly. So actually the Bob and the Sam were the two items information which is getting the things from registration list. So if by chance if I delete the Bob information from the registration and where the Bob was targeted in the trainers list should also delete. So this type of behavior is called as a cascade delete behavior. And if you want to have a relationship in such a way that even if Bob is deleted from the registration, then the trainer should not be get deleted with Bob item here. That is, the first item should remain as it is. So this is called restrict delete relationship behavior. So where to keep this relationship behavior? So for this, let us customize once again the lookup column. So let us get back to the list tools. From the list ribbon, list settings. And there we have a lookup column which is a subscriber name. And just scroll down. And here we have a relationship status. So first of all, we need to enforce the relationship here. So let us first of all put the relationship of an cascade delete. So just put it on and click on OK. Now the relationship behavior will do require the column needs to be get indexed. Then what is this index column? So SharePoint 2010 now allows the list designers to create up to 20 indices, which are 20 index columns in every list. Typically, this indexed column will allow us to query the data with some faster queries. And when the list size exceeds, that is typical. So majorly whenever we have a typical list size there, so obviously the querying speed will be comparatively less. So whenever the column is perfectly indexed, then we'll get a fast queries here. Our query will be executed a little faster. So mainly in the SQL Server, we are going to put primary keys. In the same way, here we will enforce the column as an indexed column. Let us get back to the website. And here now it's saying the relationship behavior will do require that column needs to be get indexed. That means we are going to index lookup column. Just click on OK. Now we can see the column got indexed. All the indexed column you can see under columns, there is an indexed column. Just click on this. So right now we have an enforced subscriber name as an indexed column. And more 19 columns can be indexed in this list. And what type of columns can be indexed? Single line of a text, choice field, and number column, currency column, date and time, lookup information, person or a group column, title. The title which is there in the list column can be indexed, but the title which is there in the document library cannot be indexed. It's a more important point here to note. So these are some columns that can be indexed. Now the column got indexed here successfully, and the relationship is now cascade delete. Let's get back to the registration list and let us try to delete Bob item here. The second item I want to delete it. So mark the item. So by using the edit control block, we can delete an item, or else we can use item ribbon interface, and by using this just click on delete item. Now it comes up with an warning message here. Sending this item to a recycle bin will also send any related item which is there in the following list to the recycle bin also. That means it clearly says based on this item there is one more item in the trainers list. So if you delete this particular item, the item also gets deleted in the trainers list. So yes, we want to delete it. Now just click on OK. Now get back to the trainers, and now you will find there is only one item. The Bob item got deleted. Let us get back to the recycle bin, and here we have the item which we deleted. And if you closely observe, the type which is there in this, it's an indication of an relationship item. It clearly indicates. So try to restore it. Yes. So when we restore, the item gets restored into the original location. Let's get back to the registration. We have it. Get back to the trainer. We have it. So this is how we'll establish relationship behavior. And right now we have enabled Cascade delete as a relationship behavior. If you enforce the restrict relationship behavior, then there is no relation between this registration and trainers. That means if you delete the Bob item here, it's not going to delete the Bob item which is there in the trainers list. So that is a restrict delete. And this option will be enabled only on the lookup column. So that is about indexing the columns and at the same time enabling the referential integrity onto the columns. And later we need to learn about how to insert bulk data into this list. Right now whenever you want to add an item, so we need to get into the add new item, and then we need to add an item here. The same in the registration list also. We need to click on add new item. Then we need to add an item information. That means if I want to have 10 items to be get inputted, 10 times I have to click on add new item. Only then the item gets submitted. But I want to insert some huge data into this list. So basically I want to have an interface like Excel sheet here. So for this, just select your list. From the list tools, select list submenu, and there we have an data sheet view. So just click on this. So when we actively work with ActiveX controls onto this Internet Explorer, then only we can see the data sheet view is enabled on this. And data sheet view will give us a place where we can input huge data into this. So here let me add some item into this. Let's say Mr. I can add the experience is 18 years. I can say it's date column. It's 1-25-1995. And he was interested in some course name is a choice column. Let's take SharePoint 2010. And the subscriber name, which is once again a lookup column. I'm going to get that lookup information from Bob. Since I have selected the experience is about to the 6 years, so the certified is MCITP. So just hit enter. The data gets immediately saved here. And you can see this whenever we mouse over to the particular cell here, it clearly tells us what type of formula that we have framed on this. So now once if we get back to the date standard view, immediately automatically the item which you have created there, it gets updated onto this. So by default the SharePoint 2010 will give us standard view where we can see the information of the list that we have inputted, and there is also a data sheet view. And whenever you want to input huge data, it's a good practice to use data sheet view. And how to export the data into the MS Excel sheet. Since the SharePoint 2010 is already integrated within all the MS Office products, that's an MS Office is basically an application which is there in an MS Office product. Since it's already integrated within SharePoint 2010, we can export our list data into MS Excel. So just click on this option which is by defaultly available in the ribbon interface. Just click on it. It immediately asks you to save the file, or you can just click on open file in this case also. So opening file will do require some permissions in this. So just view possible permissions on them, because the data has to be communicated with an operating system. So here I'm giving my operating system administrator rights to this to get the data from the SharePoint website. Just click on OK. Now immediately we'll find this, the data got exported to the Excel sheet. It's perfectly organized in an Excel sheet. The first row will contains the columns name information, and starting from the second row we'll have an items information. So basically the second row, third row and fourth row were the items which are there in the list, and path will tell us from which list we are accessing this data. From the list we were accessing this data from the trainers list. So right now you don't want to save it onto this. Let's click on don't save. So the option is given, we can export data to an Excel sheet also. How to sort the data and how to filter the data onto this. Yes. So let's get back to the standard view. Now here I want to list the information where the experience should be arranged from the large to the top. That means I want the 18 to be coming as of first, then followed by 14, then I can see 4. So basically they were sorted according to the experience, complete list item information. And at the same time, you can also frame some filters. Like I'll go to the course name. I want to see the data only where the items course name is SharePoint 2010. So we can able to place some filters on them. So if you want to clear a filter, once again, clear filter from the course name. At the same time, after framing the filter, we can get the data according to the ascending order or even from the descending order. So if you want to click on clear, let's click on clear filter. So the complete item information will be populated onto the view. So these are some default sorting and filtering techniques. So still we have many more techniques to be get embedded into the view. So all the options will be available under modify view. So at the modify view chapter, there we'll discuss once again how to customize the view which is there in a SharePoint, that is all items view here. So there we'll put few more filters and we'll implement few more sorting techniques into the modification of the view. Next we have an list level validation. Previously we have seen a column level validation where we haven't put like age should be above to the 18 years or equal to 18 years, and age should also be below or equals to 100 years. So that's in column level validation we have set it there. Now we were supposed to set list level validation. So generally the list level validation can be set at list settings. So let's get back to the list settings, and here under general settings we have an validation settings. So at the column level validation we can frame the formula only on that particular column only, but whereas in the list level validation we can frame the formula on multiple columns also. So right now in this case we are going to frame the formula on one single column. Let's take experience should be greater than or equals to 4, or even we can say 5 years. That's an validation that we want to put. And if the validation gets violated here, I want to put some user message where invalid experience, you need to have at least of 5 years of experience. That's an user message that we want. Let's get back to the site and let's give the same username. So user message. Click on save. Now get back to the trainers list, and you can see this. There are some items previously which where experience is 4 years. Let's check on this item, edit, and I'm not going to change anything here. Let's simply click on save button. Now automatically our list level validation got executed, and you might have observed a column level validation will show the user message beside to the column, whereas the list level validation will show the user message like an validation summary. Like above to the all the controls, our validation will be taken care, and our message will be displayed above to all the controls. And now let's change it to the 5. Once again click on save button. That's perfectly done. So this is an list level validation. Later, how to set an alert me option. So alert me option is basically can be set on particular list item or even on the complete list also. So in order to set this alert me option, let us get back to this particular item selection and click on view item. And right now on this item I want to set an alert, and we can set alert can be sent to this particular administrator, and if this administrator he will have an email and mobile number, automatically the mail can be sent to him. And we can configure this when the alert has to be get sent. If something which is changed, which is created by me, or anything which changes on this particular item, or someone else changes the item which I created, or someone else changes an item which I last modified. So these are some basic constraints that we can set some alert. So whenever this particular thing occurs in the action takes place in the list, immediately it's going to send an alert. So alert can be sent to an email, or it can also be sent to the mobile. Basically for the mobile it will be sent as a text. So when we want to send this alert, the moment when action takes place, we can send alert. So that is send notification immediately, or we can receive the alerts daily on a particular time, or we can also configure our alerts according to weekly. In a week, on every Saturday and at 5 PM I want to receive all the alerts. So when I click on it, and according to the email and mobile number which is configured in the SMTP server and for the particular user, and alert will be sent for him, that is notification will be sent for him. So that's how to configure this alert option is. So here basically we have seen how to enable the referential integrity onto the list, and later we have covered about what are indexed columns and how to make this column as an indexed, and later how to insert the bulk data into the list, and how to export the data into the MS Excel, and later how to sort the data which is there in a list, that is sorting the list item by placing some constraint onto the particular column. We can sort the things according to ascending order and also according to descending order. At the same time, we can also put some filter conditions on the list items, and majorly this filter conditions can be set onto the column level. And later we have covered list level validations, how to frame the formula, and how to give this user message. And the last thing which we need to know is alert me option. So make sure that alerts can be sent only when SMTP server is successfully configured on your phone. If somewhere the SMTP server is down or is not properly configured, the alert or the notification may not be sent. So that's all in this video. In the next video we'll learn about how to customize views in SharePoint. That's all in this video. Thank you.